Assalamu alaikum. I'll be discussing today the extrahepatic biliary apparatus with you. First of all, what is this extrahepatic biliary apparatus? If you can see in the picture, the extrahepatic biliary apparatus comprises your right hepatic duct, your left hepatic duct, your common hepatic duct, your gallbladder, your cystic duct, your bile duct. These all structures they form the part of your extrahepatic biliary system. They form the part of your extrahepatic biliary system. These structures they get the bile. These structures they get the bile from the liver and take the bile to the gallbladder for storage, and from the gallbladder to the duodenum. These structures I will enumerate again. You have the right main hepatic duct, you have the left main hepatic duct, then they join to form the common hepatic duct. Here you have the gallbladder and its duct, the common hepatic duct and the cystic duct, which is the duct of the gallbladder, they join to form the bile duct, and finally the bile goes into the second part of the duodenum. It goes into the second part of the duodenum. If you can see in the picture, this point is called the porta hepatis. This point is called the porta hepatis. This is the what I was discussing, the porta hepatis. In the porta hepatis, what you can see, you have the relation as DAV. From before backwards, you have the relation is as duct, that is the common hepatic duct, then you have the hepatic artery and the portal vein. DAV. This is the relation at the porta hepatis. This porta hepatis, this porta hepatis is present on the liver. It is a 5 centimeter long fibrous band, and the representation of the structures here is DAV. Common hepatic duct, then you have the hepatic artery and the portal vein. The mnemonic for this will be DAV. After that comes your right and left hepatic duct. See in the picture, you have this right hepatic duct arising from the right lobe, the left hepatic duct arising from the left lobe. They two join to form the common hepatic duct. They two join to form the common hepatic duct. But you can have accessory hepatic ducts also, which can be present in the lobes, which can arise from the lobes of the liver, or they can arise from any other part of the liver. What is the importance? Now, what is the importance of these accessory lobes? If we got to go some surgery in the area of the liver, like the surgery in the bile duct area, then there can be oozing of the bile post surgery because of these accessory ducts which are present in the near the liver. After that, when the right hepatic duct and the left hepatic duct they form the common duct, just 3 centimeters after the formation of the common duct, it is being joined by the cystic duct. It is being joined by the cystic duct, which is the duct of the gallbladder. See here, you can see in the picture, you have a structure called as the gallbladder. What is this gallbladder? This gallbladder, as you can see in the picture, it is pear-shaped. It is a pear-shaped sac which is present beneath the liver. It is present just beneath the liver, on its beneath the liver on the right side, that is on the right lobe of the liver beneath. This gallbladder stores the bile. It stores the bile. This gallbladder is 10 centimeter long and 3 centimeter broad at its widest part. It is 3 centimeters broad at its widest part, 10 centimeters long, and it has the capacity of 30 to 50 ml. What does this gallbladder do? It stores the bile and it concentrates the bile. ये स्टोर भी करता है बाइल को और कंसंट्रेट भी करता है, प्लस It maintains the bile salt cholesterol ratio. For instance, if you have any issues with the gallbladder, you can have then the cholesterol can get accumulated since the bile cholesterol balance is not being maintained. Moreover, this gallbladder, when a fatty meal is taken up, this goes under the action of the hormones cholecystokinin, it undergoes contraction and hence bile is secreted. Then your gallbladder has parts. It has parts. This is the fundus of the gallbladder. This is the body of the gallbladder, and this is the neck of the gallbladder. Talking about the fundus, see, this is the gallbladder. If we talk about the fundus, this fundus is present between, it is just below the margin of the inferior border of the liver. This gallbladder is placed below the margin of the inferior border of the this fundus of the gallbladder is present below the inferior margin of the liver. The fundus is the one of the it is anteriorly covered by, as you can see in the picture, since it is present just below the margin of the inferior border of the liver, so it is covered anteriorly by peritoneum and posteriorly by peritoneum. Anteriorly as well as posteriorly it is covered by peritoneum. This is the fundus of the gallbladder. Relations are anteriorly covered by peritoneum and posteriorly covered by peritoneum. Moreover, anteriorly it is also covered by the anterior abdominal wall. Then posteriorly, after the peritoneum, it is in relation with the transverse colon. It is in relation with the transverse colon. After that comes your body of the gallbladder. The body of the gallbladder, it is present in the gallbladder fossa. This gallbladder fossa is present on the right lobe of the liver inferiorly. Right lobe of the liver inferiorly. Here you have the gallbladder fossa, and this body is just adherent to this gallbladder fossa. So superiorly it will be devoid of peritoneum. ऊपर से इसको तो peritoneum होगा ही नहीं, since it will be attached to the liver. But inferiorly it will be having the peritoneum. Inferiorly it will be having the peritoneum, and it is also attached to the first part of the duodenum and the transverse colon. Fine. It is attached to the first part of the duodenum and the transverse colon. After that comes your this is the neck. This is the neck. This narrowed down portion is your neck. Posterior medially in the neck you have this pouch. This is called as the Hartmann's pouch. The stone in this Hartmann's pouch you can have stone impaction. You can have stone impaction. Then this neck is continuous with the cystic duct, but between these two you have a constriction. Between these two you have a constriction. See again for the relations. This is the fundus. This is the fundus of the gallbladder, and this fundus is just beyond the inferior border of the liver. So anteriorly as well as posteriorly it is being separate. It is being surrounded by the peritoneum. It is being surrounded by the peritoneum. Then for the fundus, for the body has superiorly, it is just present in the gallbladder fossa, and inferiorly, as you can see in the picture, it has the relation with the transverse colon, and it has the relation with the first and the second part of the duodenum. It has the relation with the first and the second part of the duodenum. After that comes your neck. Neck, as you can see, superiorly it is again present just beneath the liver, and inferiorly it is just above the first part of the duodenum. Inferiorly it's just above the first part of the duodenum. After that you have the in this neck posterior medially you have the Hartmann's pouch. This neck is continuous with the cystic duct. It is continuous with the cystic duct, and there you have a constriction. Now talking about this cystic duct, it is 3 to 4 centimeters long. It is 3 to 4 centimeters long, goes downwards and backwards. It goes downwards and backwards and ends by joining the common hepatic duct. It ends by joining the common hepatic duct, and they join at an acute angle. This cystic duct has different folds in the mucosa. These folds are called as the spiral valve of Hister. These folds are called as the spiral valve of Hister, and it is not a true valve. Again, for the relations, you just go through the relations here. They are quite clear. Kindly see the relations, what you come across here. First part, that is the fundus, has the relation with peritoneal relation. Anteriorly and posteriorly it will be having the peritoneum. Then posteriorly on this side it will be having the transverse colon. Then you have the body, superiorly the gallbladder fossa, and from this side you will be having the duodenum and the transverse colon. Then for the neck, superiorly the liver, and inferiorly the first part of the duodenum. Then let's talk about the bile duct. Since the two right and left hepatic ducts, they join to form the hepatic duct proper, which joins with the cystic duct to form the bile duct. It joins with the cystic duct to form the bile duct. This is the bile duct. Now this bile duct is it is divided into parts. This part is called as the supraduodenal part. It is 8 centimeters long and 6 millimeters in width. It is 8 centimeters long and its diameter is 6 mm. Its course is divided into parts. This is the first part. This is the supraduodenal. Since this is your duodenum, this first part is the supraduodenal part. जो duodenum से ऊपर वाला part होगा तो उसको बोलेंगे हम supraduodenal part. This supraduodenal part is present along the free margin of the lesser omentum. यहाँ पे एक मानो आप सुराग जैसा होता है, उसको हम बोलते हैं foramen of Winslow. Foramen of Winslow से यहाँ से होता है lesser omentum का free margin. वहाँ पे आपका ये होता है bile duct का supraduodenal part. It is present along the free margin of the lesser omentum. That is your supraduodenal. Then you have another part जो होता है duodenum के पीछे. That is the retroduodenal part. Retro means behind. It is behind the duodenum, so it is called as the retroduodenal part of the common bile duct. This retroduodenal part anteriorly इसको क्या होगा? Retroduodenal part को anteriorly liver होगा, ठीक है? Anteriorly यहाँ पे इसको liver होता है और पीछे से इसको होती है retroduodenal part को anteriorly होगी duodenum, यहाँ पे है ना, यहाँ पे anteriorly इसको duodenum होगी और पीछे से इसको होती है ये inferior vena cava. First part is the supraduodenal part. Second part is the retroduodenal part. Then you have the infraduodenal. Infraduodenal means जो duodenum के नीचे हो. This is the infraduodenal part. The infraduodenal part lies यहाँ पे एक और organ होता है, उसको हम बोलते हैं pancreas. दिख रहा है आपको ये है head of pancreas. Head of pancreas जो होता है ना, posteriorly on the head of pancreas you have a groove. Posteriorly on the head of pancreas you have groove. उस groove में you have the infraduodenal part of your CBD. Then you have another part, that is the intraduodenal part. Intraduodenal, intra means within the duodenum. When this CBD, this is your CBD, this is your CBD, it joins with the pancreatic duct, it enters the duodenum. It enters the duodenum. Second part, this is the first part of the duodenum. It enters the second part of the duodenum posteromedially. ये हो गया lateral side, ये हो गया medial side. It will enter the duodenum posteromedially and within, it is within the duodenum, so it will be intraduodenal. Again we will discuss the course. Course is divided into four parts: supraduodenal, retroduodenal, infraduodenal and intraduodenal. Supraduodenal is above the duodenum, about the duodenum. So this part is just, यहाँ पे एक foramen of Winslow होता है, उसके साथ margin होता है lesser omentum का. This part is along the margin of the lesser omentum. Then retroduodenal is, it is behind the duodenum. Then you have the infraduodenal, it is beneath the duodenum. And in this ये जो part होता है infraduodenal, it is behind the head of the pancreas. This organ is your pancreas, it is behind the head of the pancreas. Then the intraduodenal, which is present in the second part of the duodenum along its posteromedial wall. Fine. Then the relations, sorry, then the, I'll go back. Then the relations. Then the relations. For the relations you can see here the supraduodenal part. Supraduodenal part है ना, ये वाला part, this part, supraduodenal part. Anteriorly यहाँ पे it has liver, it has liver. Posteriorly can you see, this is the portal vein. Anteriorly इसको liver होता है, पीछे से it has the portal vein. Anteriorly liver and posteriorly portal vein. To the left it has hepatic artery. आगे से liver, पीछे से portal vein, left से hepatic artery. This is the supraduodenal part की relation. Then you have the retroduodenal. Retroduodenal में, as you can see, you have the first part of the duodenum anteriorly and posteriorly you have this inferior vena cava. पीछे से retroduodenal में relation हो गई inferior vena cava. And to the left you have gastroduodenal artery. And to the left you have the gastroduodenal artery. This is the relation of the second part. Then for the third part, this is the third part, infraduodenal. Infraduodenal has anteriorly the pancreas, head of the pancreas, and posteriorly again inferior vena cava. आगे से head of pancreas और पीछे से inferior vena cava. जो intraduodenal part होता है ना, its course is oblique. इसका course oblique होता है. And this intraduodenal part is formed by the union of the bile duct with the main pancreatic duct. Sphincters जो आपके पास यहाँ होता है, you have different types of sphincters here. First of all you can have the sphincter choledocus. Sphincter choledocus क्या होता है? It is the sphincter of the bile duct, common bile duct. This is the sphincter choledocus. This sphincter is the true sphincter. ये bile duct का sphincter होता है. This is the true sphincter. Then your pancreatic duct has pancreatic sphincter, or it can be given the name as sphincter pancreaticus, sphincter pancreaticus, sphincter choledocus. But this pancreatic duct sphincter is not a true sphincter. These two sphincters are the sphincters of the bile duct and the pancreatic duct. When these two ducts meet, they have a sphincter called as the sphincter of the ampulla, which opens into the second part of the duodenum 10 centimeters from the pylorus. ये second part of duodenum में खुलता है, but it is 10 centimeter from the pylorus. And that sphincter is called as the sphincter of ampulla or sphincter of Oddi. Okay, then coming to the arterial supply. The arterial supply, main arterial supply to the gallbladder and the upper part of the hepatic ducts and bile ducts, it is being supplied by the cystic artery. Cystic artery ये आप देखोगे, it is being supplied by the cystic artery. ये आपकी cystic artery है, which is the branch of the right hepatic artery, which is the branch of the right hepatic artery. So your gallbladder, your hepatic ducts, common hepatic duct and cystic duct, and upper part of the bile duct, they are being supplied by the cystic artery, and the lower part of the bile duct, it is being supplied by the pancreatico-duodenal artery. It is being supplied by the pancreatico-duodenal artery. It is being supplied by pancreatico-duodenal artery. Middle part, it has a supply from the right hepatic artery. Middle part has a supply from the right hepatic artery. Again, gallbladder, hepatic ducts, common hepatic duct, cystic duct, upper part of the bile duct supplied by the cystic artery, lower part of the bile duct supplied by the pancreatico-duodenal artery, and middle part is being supplied by the right hepatic artery. About the venous drainage, for the venous drainage, you have the superior surface of the gallbladder, which has the veins. They drain up into the liver, since gallbladder is attached superiorly to the adherent to the liver superiorly. The rest of the gallbladder is drained by the cystic veins. The rest of the gallbladder is drained by the cystic vein, and the lower part of the bile is drained by the portal vein. Lower part of the bile is drained by the portal vein. Again I will repeat, superior surface of the gallbladder has veins that drain into the hepatic veins. The rest of the gallbladder drains into the cystic veins, and your bile duct, the lower part, drains into the portal vein. For the lymphatics, the lymphatics from the gallbladder, cystic duct, they drain in, and upper part of the bile duct drain into the cystic node. Your lymphatic from the gallbladder, cystic duct, and upper part of the bile duct drain into the cystic node, and the lower part of the bile duct drain into the pancreatico-splenic node. The lower part of the bile duct drain into the pancreatico-splenic node. Then talking about the nervous supply. As you can see in the picture, the nervous supply of the this extrahepatic biliary